Hello and welcome back to Teach Me Money Methods. In this video, I'm going to go over how to create your pen names for low content publishing on Amazon KDP. So I'm going to go over creating pen names, some generators on how to do that, and kind of a strategy behind that. And then also how to check to make sure that your pen name you've selected is not trademarked, which that part is very important. So let's jump right in. So how do I create my pen names? Most important part in creating your pen name is making sure that your pen name is not trademarked. But also, how do we come up with a pen name? There's a lot of generators. I'm going to show you some of them. But I'm going to show you just the one that I use, that I prefer. And I actually go about it a little differently. So let me show you how I do that. So right here, if you go to Google and you type in pen name generator, which is kind of the obvious thing that you would do. Most people probably would do that when they're looking for a pen name generator. They're not feeling so creative and they just want something to spit out some names. You type in pen name generator and you're going to see a bunch of different ones here. You can see I've been to that one before. I think I've been to that one. But you can scroll down here. There's a ton of pen name generator tools and softwares out there. And so that would be the obvious one. And those pen name generators, what I've found is that they work well for if you're doing like a single author name. So it'll come up with an actual name for like a Kindle book if you're doing Kindle books, or if you're taking a strategy where you want to create a brand new pen name for every book, even if it's a low or no content book. If you're taking a strategy of creating a new pen name for every book, then this method would work. Selecting one of these pen name generators, because one of them will pump out, like this one for example, this one will pump out a brand new pen name each time. You can select gender, you can go gender neutral or male or female. If you select male, each time you hit the generate name button, it's going to come up with a new name, which is very, very useful. They probably have hundreds or thousands of different variations in here, so you would probably never run out. So this one is my favorite if you're actually creating one for each time, and it's going to give you a person's name, not a business name. So the other way that I go about doing this is that in my preferred way for low and no content publishing is I'll actually type in business name generator up here on Google. So I'll type in business name generator, and then I actually will scroll down, skip the first few, and I'll go all the way down. Where is it? So once I push search, I'll scroll down and you will see this one called Namelix. So it's past Oberlo and Shopify and all these really popular ones. But I'll go down to Namelix and I'll click on that. Then once I'm in this tool, it's pretty cool. I'll actually type in like publishing, like a general term, you know. You can actually type in anything, writing, you can type in just a general kind of publishing brand type word. Just one word, and then push generate. Another tool's going to show up. It's going to ask you if you want short names, medium, and long. I'm just going to go with medium and I'm going to push generate. And what it's going to do is pop out a bunch of different ones, just creative, brandable names that you can use. Now, you want to be sure that when you look at these, the premium ones are going to be trademarked. So any of these, they may or may not be trademarked yet, but they definitely are, you know, for example, the domain name, publishhut.com is taken. They're selling it for $2,000. So the ones that are premium are the ones that like Publishify. That's very brandable, which is really great if you're really wanting to build a full publishing business and create a website and go that route. But for what we're trying to do is that we just want a new name. So let's just take one randomly. Right off the top, I didn't plan on this. I mean, this is not scripted. But so let's say we checked one right here, because let's say maybe you were going to do back to school books or something like that, or you have some education books for kids, or activity books or something like that. So this school B-O-O-Q. So instead of spelling book B-O-O-K, they're replacing it with a Q. So school book. That one's pretty cool. So, and you can scroll down here and it's endless. Endless ideas. You'll never run out of ideas here. But school book here. So we selected one, okay? So let's say we select school book. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that this is not trademarked on the government website, the official government trademark site, because we don't want to be penalized or sued, a lawsuit brought against us for using somebody else's trademarked name. So we're going to check that. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then also I'll take it a step further and we'll actually check Amazon.com to see if anybody else has published or started using this. And not necessarily that you would necessarily, void you from using it just because it's on Amazon. If it's not trademarked, you could use it. But if I find somebody else already using a keyword for their pen name, I'll go ahead and skip it because there's so many other ones. I'll go ahead and skip it and just find something that's unique for me. So school book is what we're going to go for in this example. So you're going to want to go to Google and type in check trademark. And I think I even spelled that wrong. Check trademark. But it doesn't really matter. Google's smart. And it's uspto.gov is the official government website to check trademarks. And we'll go back. It's all one word, but so what I would do is go here on the trademarks page and you would search our trademark database and cruise through here. And then what you want to do, there's some options here. I just do a basic word mark search. And then once you're in here, you don't really need to select anything. It's automatically going to select plural and singular, and it's going to select live and dead. You could switch this to live and switch just if it has a live trademark on it, but I would just even stay away from things that are dead trademarks. So if it's not trademarked anymore, if there was history or a business that actually trademarked that, you'd probably want to just go ahead and stay away from it anyways. So the regular settings are good for this. So I'm just going to type in school, what was it? Book with a Q. So school book with a Q, and we're going to do search query, school BOOQ. So there is no TESS records were found to match the criteria of your query, and you can click on the back button to go back, or you can log out. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for one that is not trademarked. This is great. We're in business here, okay? But let me show you an example of what it'll look like if it is trademarked. So let's just type in a really easy one, which is Nike, and push. So Nike, the clothing and shoe brand, one of probably the most popular brand on earth for clothing. We're going to go to submit query, and this is what it looks like when something is trademarked. There is 167 records found, all Nike. Look at this, Nike, 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 Nike. So this is when you would just want to stay away from it and move on and find another word. So, but since we found a good one, we're going to take it to the next step, which is one more step. I'll go to Amazon, and I'll actually type in parentheses, school, BOOQ, end parentheses. So we're looking with only things that actually have school BOOQ in them on Amazon. And I'll push search. And this is what you're looking for. No results for school BOOQ. So that's what you're looking for. If you were searching for something else, let's actually see if we switch this to K, you already know stuff's going to show up because there's even Amazon search suggestions on my keyword expander tool. If we type that, if we search for that, then you're going to get stuff. Look, school book, school book. So there's actually over 5,000 results. So this is how you can check your keyword that you're going to use to make sure that it's not on Amazon, that it's not trademarked, and that's a really good way of doing it. So I hope that makes sense. Please let me know in the comments if that made sense, or if you have any other questions regarding how to create a pen name, how to generate one with the tool that I use. Of course, I showed you 2 tools you can use for a personal name. You can also use the generator tool here, which I really like, and you'll never run out of ideas to use here. So let's get back in real quick. So how many books to use per pen name? So there's a lot of different strategies being used to find out what works best for you. Some use a new pen name for each niche they go into. So every niche, like if I'm going to do the funny niche, or if I'm going to do the animal niche, like some will go as specific as not just animals, but let's say I'm going to make some books and notebooks around dogs. They will create a pen name just for dogs, and they'll create 100 journals for dogs, for different quotes or different designs. But you could even take it a step further and niche down even more, because there's so many different dogs. If someone was a Doberman Pinscher lover or a German Shepherd lover, they could actually create, German Shepherd Publishing, something like that. So it's only very specifically to even a breed of a dog. So you can take it as niched down as you want, or you can stay as broad as you would like. And so, right here, some create their pen names to show what kinds of books they publish in, like funny blank lined journals or abstract lined journals as your pen name. That's fine. You can also just set a limit to how many books you will publish under one pen name. And generally, that's kind of the strategy that I use, is I just create a pen name, and maybe I'll create 100 books for that one pen name, and then I'll move on and I'll get a different pen name and then start publishing another 100 books in that. Because I don't want to spend the time daily to create new pen names and all that, because the business already takes time to run, doing all the research, all the keyword research, creating covers, all that. So then taking it another 5 to 10 minutes to create a pen name each day is just, to me, is not really necessary. But as long as you're changing your pen names out often, and the reason why you would want to change your pen name often is because you don't want someone to discover your niche that you've posted 1,000 books in, and they can copy all your books. So for example, pen name 1 equals 100 books. Then I create another pen name for pen name 2, another 100 books under that pen name, and pen name 3 equals another 100 books, and so forth. So examples real quick. Here's the back end of KDP when you're doing your publishing, and under author, under first name. So the first name would be here and the last name would be here. You can't use prefix and suffix because there's only like 3 letters you can put in each one. So it doesn't really work for putting a word. So if you had multiple words, you can just kind of spread it out like that. Or if you just have a couple words, like creative journals, which that one's going to be taken. So I wouldn't recommend using that. This is just an example. But creative journals, you also, but use these 2 sections, first name, last name. So those are some examples of kind of how to do it. And that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to continue putting out more low and no content videos, as well as teaching you guys how to create multiple streams of income. So I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. We'll see you soon.